We have 6 tiers that we will be putting the openings that I've played into. Now, there are a few caveats with this. This is based on my experience. If you like some of the openings that I put in the lower tiers, that's fine. I don't care. This is not for you. It's for me. This is not a prescription. All the other disclaimers, okay? Got that out of the way? I have not played that many openings, as you can see, but I basically chose the ones that I have either specifically studied or like purposely played. So let's look at our tiers. We have Lifetime. This is a tier that represents an opening that I can play for the rest of my life. I have studied it quite enough. It's not dubious. I could write a course on it for like 800s, you know? The second tier is Solid. This is a good opening. It's a solid one, but it's maybe like not my favorite. Like I don't like all of the lines that I get in it, etc. The third one is Has Potential. This is most likely an opening that I don't play super often or haven't played super often, but I think it might have the potential to be good for my playstyle if I just studied it a little bit more. The next tier is Spicy. This is an exciting opening that may or may not be a little dubious, but it's kind of fun, but like, you know, maybe wouldn't play it in a classical game. And then we have Fine for Bullet. I think that's pretty self-explanatory, something you can really blitz the moves out. It's not, you know, super theoretical all over the place. And then Not My Style is just the bottom tier, just not for me. But did you really play all of them enough to make the judgment? And that is where we will have to see, because some of them I've only played once. And again, if you missed the beginning of this is just a judgment for me. It's not a prescription for you. Let's get started. So let's do a few where we know where they're gonna go. Obviously, the London is a Lifetime opening. I mean, I have a video with over 150k views that proves that a lot of people would agree with it. So yeah, any London, I enjoy. I've studied it enough. I think I will be able to play it for the rest of my life, and you can play it at top levels. Dingley Wren played it for win in the World Championship. Let's also talk about the other opening I play, which is the French. Now, I have a bit of a harder time putting this one in the Lifetime category. I still might. The Exchange French just like hurts my soul so much whenever I have to play it that I've been so sick of playing the French lately because that's like all I get, I swear. So the French has gone down a few ranks in my mind, but it might just be because I've been playing it in faster time controls. Usually in classical, people go for the advance, which I'm very happy with. I mean, I know it pretty well, but I'm kind of thinking solid. But then I don't know if anything else I have studied enough that it would be in the Lifetime category. Okay, we're gonna put it in Lifetime for now just because I've studied it so much. If French is Lifetime, what's the Caro-Kann? Okay, I don't remember the last time I played the Caro-Kann, so let's look at that. This. I haven't played it very much. So I played it once in Rapid when I was 1300, and I lost that game in 8 moves. What? How did I lose that in 8? What was I doing? Hold on. I played like a 550 at 1300. That's embarrassing. Okay, well, let's see what happened in this game. Okay, that's bad apparently. Okay, this is just a trap that I didn't know. But I should have seen, like, where are they both looking? Obviously here. But I was probably just so excited that I won a queen. Yay, a queen. Nope, you get mated. Yeah, they say if you see a free queen, you should take it. So I don't know. Okay, let's look at this one. I was again 1300 when I played this. I for sure did not know what I was doing here. I have a 38% win rate. That's not very good. I don't think I ever studied Caro-Kann theory. I think I watched like one Gotham chess video where he was like, this is the best opening ever. And I was like, word, brother. And then I went and lost a bunch of games. Because it doesn't work like that. You gotta study a little bit. And I think it is a good opening. Like, I think if I was like, I want to learn the Caro-Kann, and I went and I studied, I think it would be a good opening for me. It's like a way to mix up the French. I think this pawn structures end up being kind of similar. So I think I'm actually going to put this one in Has Potential. Because I think if I put some time in, it might work for me. Oh, another one that I think has potential is the English. So let's see if I've ever played the English. I believe I have. Okay, I've only played it once. That actually makes way more sense. Okay, let's look at this game. I was 700 when I did this. And what happened here? Okay. Okay, I would not play this move today. I would just take. I think usually if you're given an option to trade in the center, it more often than not is a good idea. But I didn't do that. This is so interesting. Okay, what I should have done there, because this is already under attack, I should have just done this. And now you got 2 pieces under attack, and you're winning one. Put the bishop there, so I'm just going for a double fianchetto. Okay, now I feel like they can push d4. They did. I take, and I've got this ugly backwards pawn, and now I'm for sure winning that pawn. Okay, I took it. It's actually so interesting. Oh, yeah, what was that move? Whenever you push a pawn, you got to figure out, okay, where's that piece going to go now? I probably thought it would go back. But remember, bishops can also go forward. Imagine that. How long ago is this game? I played this game in May 2021, a couple months after I learned how to play. Happens to the best of us. Okay, so I just like blundered pieces in this game. Again, though, I think this has potential. It's offbeat enough, but it's also studied enough that I would have the resources to be able to study it decently well, which I like to do. And it's actually very annoying for me to face. So this one I think also has potential, so I'm going to put it there. Going along with the English I'm going to do symmetrical anything. The London symmetrical, the English symmetrical, anything that you just copy your opponent's moves. I used to do this all the time. So yeah, symmetrical anything. I'm going to put in fine for bullet because I have played bullet games where I just repeat or copy whatever they're doing, and I think it can actually get very annoying. I don't think it really works as well as if you had prepared an actual line against something. Let's talk about the Queen's Gambit. Okay, d4, d5, c4. All right, I've played it once. I won in 21 moves. Ooh, the Queen's Gambit except. See, this is what prevents me from playing any kind of gambits, because I'm like, what if they take? In my mind, it's always going to end up in an endgame, and I just don't like being down a pawn in the endgame. Okay, so I just didn't know what to do here. What was I? I was 1340, so I'm pretty sure you just take the whole center. There's no way they can hold the pawn without massive positional drawbacks. Yeah, I know that in my head. I think this is another example of has potential, because I think I just need to study it more and figure out how to win the pawn back. Plus, sometimes in the early middle game, I don't have a plan. And if my plan is, okay, I have to win this pawn back or / like take advantage of the positional mistakes they've made, like a lot of times I think like this rook becomes kind of a liability. But I do think it has potential. I think I just need to learn how to play it better, because as black, I've only ever played the Queen's Gambit Declined, which let's talk about that. I think this is a very solid opening. I think that's our first solid. I haven't done too much like theoretical study in it, because I think once you learn like the basics, I think it's generally pretty self-explanatory, similar to the London, where it's like, as long as they don't go for some like weird tricks. This might be Lifetime. I'm not sure. I think I'm going to keep it in solid for now just because I haven't studied it as much. All right, Scandinavian, d5. I have a 51% win rate with it. That is not too bad. Let's get a little ways into this. So takes, I take, and then I think my move of choice was here. So I know this pretty well. I do play this every once in a while, especially if I'm playing a match against the same person, like either with my daily games or in like over the board games. If I'm just playing a bunch of blitz with somebody, I'll often switch it up. But I don't know if I would play it in a classical game anymore these days. I haven't played it seriously in a while, and I haven't studied it in a while, but I think it catches people off guard a little bit, especially if they know that I'm a French player. See, I've played it so much that I think it has potential if I were to go back to it. So maybe here. That seems fine. Scotch needs auto lifetime. We'll have to look at the Scotch. Let's actually look at that, because I have not played that in so long. I've played d4, I'm surprised, only 82 times. I remember this being a much more important part of my repertoire back in the day, by which I mean like 2 years ago. I feel like if it didn't go wrong in the opening, it might be worth having potential. The problem is I'm just not... Oh, what? This is for sure not a move. What was I doing? What? Yeah, I clearly did not know what I was doing. Like, okay, just take the bishop, it's hanging? Why was I playing so fast, too? I clearly had never seen this before. Anyway, past Kamryn needs a little work on her openings. Yeah, because they can just drop back. This seems typical 1100 stuff. Like, just leave that there, just develop your pieces, get your king castled. Why are you pushing pawns in the center when you have no business doing that? If I were to go back to playing e4, I mean, when I have had to play that on stream, it has been my opening of choice. So again, like, I know this category is filling up, but I think I'm going to put it in has potential. Well, okay, let's talk about the England Gambit, because I have that in white and in black. I chose to do this with white and with black because I face it so often. I actually really enjoy when people play it against me, because I am pretty booked up on it, because I lost to the tricks enough that I was like, okay, I'm going to sit down and like figure this out. So as white, playing against the England, I'm going to put that one in solid. However, I have also played it as black. I was going through my like rebel teenager phase where I wanted to play this as black. It's my that's crazy. It's my third most played move. That's insane. In response to D4, I played it 110 times, fairly even win rate. Yeah, the win rate just like progressively goes down, and if you know, even if you know the theory, you know this is like pretty bad for black theoretically, like it's pretty dubious. So I most recently played it, this was on stream, so that doesn't really count. I was playing it in Bullet for a while back in 2021. Did I ever play it in Rapid? I did. As a 1200, as an 1100. So I think that's why it's like not an awful opening, is because like if your opponent doesn't know what they're doing, fair enough. Which is why I think this one is fine for Bullet or maybe Spicy. It seems sad to put symmetrical anything below the England. So maybe it is fine for Bullet. I actually kind of want to switch these around. Is that crazy? I'm trying to think which one of these would be spicy. Maybe like the Grunfeld. There was a while kind of recently where I was going to play it, and then it got too spicy for me. And it doesn't really fit in with the rest of my opening repertoire. I don't love it enough to want to learn the theory. Let's talk about the Benoni as white. So the Benoni is like this. Sometimes in Blitz, I basically pre-move this because I play the London. And then they take, and then I take. I don't love that line. I actually hate that line a lot, but it happens to me accidentally sometimes. What I do like is pushing, and I actually like this a lot because it ends up being a super closed structure where I feel like I've got more space and where black feels much more cramped because I have a pawn that extends beyond the 50-yard line, if you will. But I have been playing this a little bit more, and then you just like solidify. You can even do stuff like this, and those very solid, very closed central positions. I like that a lot. 51% win rate. This is actually like not too bad. See, somehow the Benoni still seems kind of spicy for me. I never play this out of choice, but when I do get to play it, I have fun. Like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't think I ever will, unless I'm preparing for a specific opponent. I don't think I'm ever going to sit down and study it, which is why I don't think it's on the level of has potential. Also because it's never something I will play by choice. Moving on, fried liver. This one, I used to play for sure as like a 700. Here, and then they go here, and then I go here. Knight g5. I've played 11 times, so I never really got it that much. I think I preferred the Scotch, but I only had a 36% win rate. See, I did play it in Rapid a little bit. 97% accuracy. Bro, what? Okay, that's like the main line, I believe. See, I actually don't even know what to do after that. I usually only study openings that I'm going to use in classical games. I would never play this in a classical game. So I don't think it has potential for me, personally. Yeah, it's fun until they Traxler you. I think that's why I stopped playing it, because around that level is where people started to watch the other Gotham Chess YouTube video about the Traxler. I think it really just genuinely is not my style. The Mices. This is for sure a misclick. I played it once in Bullet as a 1200 and once in Blitz as a 1000 rated player. Let's take a look. See, I want to see if at this level I played D3 and then on the next move I just played D4, because I always think that's so funny. Nope, I just played the London as usual. Fair enough. Yep, okay, there it is. D4. Reversed rat variation? No way. Why does nobody talk about the reversed rat variation? Are you kidding me? Everybody talks about, oh, the dragon, oh, the cow. I'm gonna play the reversed rat. It's just D3, E5. Wait, so if it's the reverse rat, does that mean there's just a rat opening? Rat opening chess. Learn to play the English rat defense. Oh my god, I'm bookmarking this right now. So the Mices. I should have had a category that was misclick. I'm going to put this in maybe fine for Bullet. The Reti. I have also played probably once. So the ready is Knight f3. I believe Nate Solon has a course on this. So just based on that, it might have potential. E6. Okay, let's see what this was. Okay, so here I would probably prefer this. Computer doesn't hate it. Already slightly better because you're blocking in... You just can't develop either of these pieces because of this pawn and this queen. I feel like it just transposes into like whatever. Which is why I think it either has potential or is spicy. Because whenever I play somebody and they start with knight f3, I'm like, come on, bro. Just tell me what you're going to play. Because I could transpose into anything. I think I'm going to leave it in spicy because I think I have more of a chance of actually studying these openings than I do of studying these ones. The Vant Cruise. Oh my gosh. I'm just a small town American girl just trying my best out here. This feels like another misclick. Yep, I've played it exactly once and it was a draw. It was a blitz game when I was 700. It might have potential if I knew what it was, but I'm just gonna put it in not my style because I would rather put a pawn in the center right away. The Scandi. Let's go back to this real quick. I kind of want to move it down. I kind of want to move it into spicy. Because again, I don't think it's something that I will ever play in a classical game. I've studied it enough when I was a much worse chess player that I do like it, which is why I'm going to put it at the top. Okay, Sicilian. I want to be a Sicilian player. I want it more than I can express. I've tried it before. We can see I've actually played it probably more over the board, 26 times with a terrible win rate. 42% to 58. I want to see when I played this. But I've had some really good results with it against like good players at my club. I always thought as like a lower level chess player that like I had to wait until I was at least 1800 to play the Sicilian because it's too theoretical, it's too like advanced, whatever. I don't know why I had this idea in my mind. I must have heard somebody say it. And then I got to 1800 and I was like, I mean, the French is doing fine for me. Let's just continue playing the French. And so I have. And I played the French ever since. And I think the Sicilian might be next on my list. And I know a fair bit of it. I would just have to go back to my opening scores. I almost want to put the Sicilian in solid, even though I don't know it super well. But I think it belongs here. I think this is my next step, is learning how to play Sicilian positions better. I think it will all around make me a stronger chess player. It's just exhausting to have to like learn a whole new repertoire when you're really comfortable in the positions that you are used to getting. So totally understand. Speaking of positions I'm not used to getting though, e4, e5. How often have I played this? e5, 22 times with only a 36% win rate. I know this is like super basic stuff. I know it's something I should probably learn eventually, but it's just not my style, guys. It's simply not. The perk or the Pirts, or however you say it, / the kid. I realize these are different openings. One of them is against e4, one of them is against d4. When I played these, I did not distinguish. I played it against everything, so that's why they're grouped together. Okay, here's what I'll say. I think it's fine for bullet. Up until a certain level, pretty setup based. And so if you know the general, like where your pieces are supposed to go, I think it's, for me, fine for bullet. Yeah, I'm happy with that. The Dutch. I have played the Dutch. I've only played it 15 times. I remember playing it way more. That's really surprising to me. I think I actually studied this a little bit. So what I didn't like about this is that this pawn specifically, and also if you end up playing this pawn up, become just an invitation to get pawn stormed after you castle your king. I think I'm getting more harsh as I go on, but I think this one is also not my style. Yeah, I think I'm happy putting it in not my style. I think it's a fine opening, but I'm sort of trying to like solidify my repertoire, and the Dutch just doesn't do that for me. It doesn't really fit in with any of the other pawn structures I know. So that's why we'll put it there. Queen's Gambit accepted. Have I played this? Oh, I only played it once? I must have been tilted. Usually when I accept gambits, it's because I'm tilted. Where was I? Okay, so Queen's Gambit accepted. That was a misclick. That is not my style. Okay, maybe we move Dutch up. The Dutch doesn't seem to belong along here because I actually remember studying it, so maybe we'll put it in fine for bullet. But first we need to talk about the Slav / the semi-Slav, I guess. If I remember right, this usually ends up in transposing into a Queen's Gambit declined-ish thing anyway. And I think this is a little less common. So it's kind of on the level of like English, Caro-Kann. I think the Slav might have potential. Okay, like 1300, so a little bit higher level than some of the ones I played before. Okay, so I'm happy putting Slav in has potential because I think it's similar enough to some of the openings that I already do play. our very final one. We started with the London, we're ending with the London. I put London main line is what that means. So I would consider this, I don't think London really has like a main line other than that, and then this is what I would consider the main line. So I played this a lot in Bullet. Wow, I played terribly in this game. What the heck? Okay, we have to look at this game. So that's a problem. Okay, and then I just got like destroyed. I remember this game actually now that I'm looking at it. This was pretty recent. I actually surprisingly don't have a very good win rate with this. Surprising to me because I play the London. I think weirdly enough, I think I need to study it a little bit more. I mean, I've studied the London so much that it really should be solid. In general, I think it's decent and I just need to sharpen up. All right, guys. Well, that's our tier list. I don't think I've got any changes. I think we made all the changes we need to.